Hello, friends, and greetings for the day. Welcome back to another episode of our channel where we look forward to connect with you and listen to your queries and respond to them. The most important thing here, of course, this live session is all about our audience who may have any questions, who have queries regarding all the testing concepts or made about the ISTQB. We'll look forward to listen to your queries. We look forward to your questions, your queries, etc., and try responding to all of them as much as possible. So go ahead, look forward, and go ahead and just drop your queries. We are looking forward to your concerns, looking forward to your questions, what you may have. The session is all about listening to your concerns, listening to your queries, and responding to them. And more importantly, it's the only window which the internet has got today for the QA members to support them with necessary responses in terms of testing and the world of testing. So we look forward to you. Go ahead, and if you have any questions, we are all here to respond to you and assist you with the best understanding of testing as much as possible. So I think people are slowly joining in, and we'll be just giving them some time so that they can come here quickly and ask their questions to us. We are very eager to share a lot of updates with you, and at the same time, we are looking forward to respond to your quick questions, doubts, clarifications, whatsoever you may have. And these questions and queries are not just limited to ISTQB certifications. This channel is everything about testing. And if you have any queries, any question related to testing, be it an automation tool, we are more than happy to just give you any necessary support which you might require. Be it limited to the automation tools and the journey of a tester, we are here to assist you with as much knowledge as possible, which could be very helpful for you to pursue your career as a part of being a QA engineer. All right, the very first comment of the day is coming in, and we have got Vignesh. Vignesh says, is testing good for future since a lot of things are automated? How testing is good for long term? Okay, two things you're talking about here. First of all, that you are saying testing and saying a lot of things are automated, right? So there are two types of testing, manual and automation. The manual will certainly have the scope slightly limited compared to automation, but scope of testing, the future of testing is never ending. The testing is something which is not going to come out of the market or industry practices. It's a part of the process, it's a part of the quality. And without testing, you cannot deliver anything up to the quality what we need. It's just that whether you choose to be a manual tester or automation tester. So testing is going to remain forever. It's just that automation will be in more demand compared to manual. But don't forget, manual is not going to go out of market too. It's just that the human intervention is still important and we give significance to it. In fact, the industries understand there are automation support which are not available for some of the industry tools. Some of the criticality, some of the very unique type of tools or applications which we built does not have any kind of automation support. And that's where manual is still existing, right? So more importantly, what I would like to answer to your question here is that testing is forever. There's always a future to that. The second question, what you had, was slightly contradicting with your first question. Things are getting automated. Yes, the demand of automation will be more compared to manual, but manual is not going to go out of business, right? So you will have demand for both of them, but automation is more. So if you are a tester or you're looking forward to get into testing, then make sure that you start learning right from the beginning something about automation. You can always pursue your career as a manual tester initially to understand everything in detail. And post that, you can look forward to be an automation tester too, right? So go ahead and do that. Is there anything else you want to know? Please drop me the message. All right. Sam, Muhammad Sham Safdar. Safdar says, hi, sir. Love from Pakistan. Hi, Safdar. Thank you. I've scheduled my ISTQB foundation test tomorrow. Any tips for that? I'm really depressed. I'm not sure what's the point of being depressed here, Safdar. Most importantly, you should be pretty much confident about what you have been learning about. And this is very critical that you keep yourself stable before the examination, right? The most important part is why are we getting confused or why are we getting depressed? It's just because of you think that the examination is going to be too tricky, very advanced, or examination may look like a complexity. But my concern is little one step behind that, right? You have done the preparation, you have been through the tutorials, you have been through your practice, you have been through your learning phase. So where is that problem, right? You think you are confident. If I ask you today, just for an example, right? Not to answer anything, just for an example, assume I ask you, Safdar, what do you mean by unit testing? And you have an answer in the mind that, hey, unit testing is this, it is done by developer, it is done before integration testing, it is a part of the level of testing, which is a functional testing, right? All this is what we need. Same way, if I quickly ask you, what's the difference between confirmation testing and regression testing? If you're having the answer in your mind right now, this is what we need. So you don't have to be depressed. You don't have to be demotivated or nervous about the examination. More importantly, you have to be confident about what you have been learning, right? And just believe in yourself, and it should all happen, correct? So make sure that you look forward to it. And more importantly, give a thought that the final tips, as you're saying, your examination is tomorrow. I would give you some final tips that take out white sheet of paper, start writing whatever you remember in short notes. For example, right from the chapter one, right on the top, chapter one, and start typing what is testing, what is error, bug, fault, defect, failure, what is difference between debugging and testing, what is QA and QC, right? Difference between the different phases. What is test planning? What is test monitoring and control? What are the activities which happen? Similarly, go ahead and keep typing everything what you know. Then cross check with the syllabus. What is that you forgot? Okay, it's not about rereading the content. I don't want you to read the content again. I just want you to cross check what is that you remember, what is that you don't remember. If you find anything which you could not write as a part of the chapter one or a particular topic, you just concentrate on that, which is telling you that your mind could not recall that part of it. And that is what will be dangerous in the exam. That you think you have read, but you don't remember what you read, right? The next important thing you need to remember for your examination is be attentive, right? Be confident and attentive because reading the questions are very important. More than the questions, options are equally important. If you're not clear with reading the question and the options, you may go wrong, right? Though you have the knowledge, you will have wrong answers, correct? So keep these quick points in mind, and I would be really happy to wish you all the very best. Go ahead and let us know when you succeed with the examination. We would be waiting for that to happen. All the best. Safdar, do let me know if you need any further help. Hey, Tran is back here. Tran says, hey, I just passed ISTQB acceptance testing a week ago. Thank you about sharing some tips for me. I remember that, Tran. I was waiting for your update because you were the first person on my entire list who just mentioned that without the tutorial, you're planning to hit the examination. But I think, yes, you have done it because now you're pretty much driven by the way the syllabus is designed, the way the questions are created, and how you can answer them. I'm really congratulations, Tran. Really happy to know. I was in fact wondering when will you come back and let me know about your acceptance testing because I did not have any tutorials for it, and you could pretty much do it. So congratulations once again, and I wish you very all the best for all your future endeavors. I hope you'll be looking for some great certifications too after this. If you have anything for me, just let me know. Right? Vignesh says future videos for your channel interested in AI testing. Sure. I think right now we are doing a boot camp on the software testing to help people who are from non-technical domain and they're trying to step into testing, and especially for the people who are fresher, maybe they don't have any knowledge. So we wanted to create a detailed playlist, and we just want to publish a lot of content on that. Once we are pretty much done with it, we'll be looking forward to the next certification. And yes, AI testing could be the next one because that's a new certification and a lot of people are looking forward to it. So I think my personal recommendation would also be on the AI testing for sure. So thank you so much for your suggestion, Vignesh. We would certainly look forward to that. And don't forget to drop a thumbs up, team, if you think you're happy with the service, what we are providing, and the responses, what we are trying to give you here. I would be really more than happy to see if you can share it across with the people who are in need and they have questions but they don't have a solution where to ask the questions. They should know that there is a live session happening here every Saturday between 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Indian Standard Time, where we love to answer people's question without any criteria. Also, to quickly highlight you all, we really had a wonderful discussion today with Dorothy Graham. Dorothy Graham is one of the author for the best books or bestsellers of ISTQB Foundation, and in fact, she is the person who have done a lot of preparation on the syllabus of ISTQB Foundation. And I'm really happy that I could get some time with her to talk and explore more about the certification of ISTQB and talk about what should be a QA engineer uh, skill set, mindset, etc. in our video. So I'm just dropping a quick tech talk video what we had. I'm not sure how many of you have already seen that. So this is the video where we spoke to Dorothy Graham, and we have published that on our channel. Just make use of this link and see what best you can grab from there. Again, a lot of you people who have been referring to ISTQB Foundation must certainly have heard of this book name called as Dorothy Graham. And Dorothy is one of the key author of that book. In fact, she is the one who started the ISTQB Foundation syllabus. She's the first person who built up the syllabus of ISTQB Foundation kind of 20 years ago. So you should be finding a lot of great things when I spoke to her and gathered a lot of information about the certification and the journey of testing. So please look into that video. That's one of our tech talks on our channel, and I've dropped the link on the chat. Make use of it. We'll be bringing up more such interviews with legendary people on testing side, just to give you more and more information to help you build better career in the QA. All right, let me pick up the next question here. We have Pawan. Pawan says, "Hi, sir. I have registered for Agile Tester certification. Any suggestions for the exam?" Okay, when it comes to Agile certifications or anything after foundation, your fundamental is clearly built and established that uh, you don't need anything else. You pretty much know what is the pattern of the examination, how the syllabus is designed, what knowledge we should possess, how the examination will be conducted, right? So the base fundamental is pretty much clear. Now, I think the common tips what I will have for you is be oriented towards Agile. Don't think anything outside Agile when you're writing this examination, because this certification is in particular for the Agile methodology. So whenever you talk about any specification, any particular question, think from an Agile perspective that, for example, Agile is a kind of iterative model. Agile works on the principles of working together. Agile does not have difference between a software and tester, sorry, developer and tester. They work collaboratively together. Of course, the responsibilities are different, but in Agile, we do not differentiate by the designation or by the role. Responsibilities are different, but role are same. Everyone is called as a Scrum team, right? So think always, whenever you see a question, relate to that. That are we doing something different than what exactly it is, right? When you say agile, you pretty much know the characteristics of it. All the principles should be in front of you. What is the key difference when we talk about traditional and agile, right? So keep that mindset is the only tip I can give you at this point. And when you have that mindset, there's nothing else what you need because you have done your foundation. You pretty much know how the syllabus is designed, how the question papers are designed, how the options are designed, how tricky it can be, right? So all you have to do is keep your mindset towards agile, and that's all you would need to succeed in the examination. So Pawan, all the very best for your examination, and we will be waiting for your results to hear back. Okay. Anish says, "Hello, hero." Hello, hero. Okay, thank you so much for those complimentary words. I asked you previously about a video to explain online registration. Did you have the chance to look into the topic? Uh, Online registration for, I think we already have a video. I'm so sorry. I think I've already forgotten something. But yeah, can you just tell me more about like if you're looking for anything specific? Because we do have a video on how to register for the examination. Was that for anything specific like Proctor based, or maybe I'm missing it out? Just drop me another one and I would look into that. Tran says, yeah, thank you so much, sir. Now I have planned to take ISTQB mobile testing on early July. Now I'm still learning from your ISTQB mobile testing playlist. Yep, sure. All the very best. And as usual, I say happy learning. Sabah is back after a long time. Hey, TM Square, are you doing, my man? Yeah, I'm doing really great. Thank you for asking. I hope you're doing too. Pretty good. It's been a long time. I didn't see you. Sabah says I had an interview on SDET role, even though I'm manual QA, and even they asked about CI/CD tools. I just said like Jenkins and nothing more. Okay, so that was the company specific expectation, right? The reason they wanted to know about Jenkins is more about like setting up the part of like CI/CD tools because they wanted to work you in the pipeline. So see, when you apply for a job, right? When you apply for a job, the most important thing what matters for the interview is the JD, the job description. The job description tells you that no matter what you are doing currently, this is what our expectations are, right? So if an organization is just giving you a call, it's not a technical person who is calling you, it's HR. It's a human resource representative who is calling you who hardly understands what is in the job description. It's you and the interviewer who understands what's in the job description. So the expectation what I had from the CICD, then I think SDET role is something which needs the pipelines, the languages to be a part of the portfolio, right? So they were not wrong by doing that, right? But the JD was expecting it, so I think they pretty much asked you all that questions. So please be careful with the job description which you have, and most importantly, if in case you're not even aware of that, some of the point like CI/CD, like Jenkins, right? Or they say I need cucumber. You have never worked on cucumber, but just go ahead quickly on YouTube, prepare for some learning, take some free course on Udemy. Never mind paying for that, but quickly take some tutorials and get some mindset that if they ask 10 questions to you on cucumber, right? Then you can at least answer 5 of them, right? Which tells them that, hey, this guy at least has the eager to start learning. And if you give them some time, they'll be able to figure that out and prepare well for it, right? So sometimes the organization accept you even if you have half the way responses because they see the commitment from you, which is more important. They may never find a person who is well versed always, right? Sometimes they find people who are partially aware but not confident with everything what they really want to know. But they look at your commitment, they look at your confidence that at least just for this interview, this person has been through some of the fundamentals, right? So keep an eye on the JD, prepare yourself well before you hit the interview. No matter it is not a part of your portfolio, just do some amendments after looking at the JD that yes, you have started working on that particular module and not proficient enough, but yeah, you started working. So please look into that, and that should do the job. Okay, Joshua says, Joshua, what is the baseline salary of a junior manual tester in your country? Uh, in our country, I think the currency is and the cost of living is pretty low, so it does not really make a difference in competition to any other country. Here, the kind of the base salary per month, on an average, would be around how much I should say. Let me just quickly convert that before I make some commitment, right? So yeah, so salary, I'm saying you kind of in per month, right? So it's like it should be around $500, kind of 200 to 500, 300 to $500 a month. Again, in India, we pretty much take a lot of things, other things into consideration. That what's your background, what kind of graduation you have done. So the salary varies, right? So, but yeah, that's the range. You can start with $500 per month as an average pay. But if you are from a premium organization, or if you have really got some good scores, or you're working with a good organization rather, and they don't mind paying you, they can even pay you around $1,000 as a starting pay. So yeah, you can look forward to that. But yeah, 500, 300 to 500 is the average salary what we offer to a junior manual tester. And he says, yeah, sorry, and he's yes, Yes, in the live video 77, I told that I want to travel to UAE to take the test. Oh, I get you now. I get you now. You were in Syria and have a very bad internet here, and you told me that you can help with the video for the online registration. But does the UAE have a board right now? I'm not sure if they have a board. ISTQB in UAE. So will you be still taking it from any other country? Because I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, they got it. UAE Software Testing Qualification Board is the body now. They have a body. Sure. So now you need a video. 67th member to join the ISTQB is UAE. Okay. So no, they don't have the board. That's why I need the home online exam. But yeah, which country will you be taking it from? Is it from Syria itself? Syria, does it have a testing board? Because I'm not sure. I see there's a news that UAE has now got a board. Okay. Anyways, I'll just do that. I think my bad. I remember now. Don't have anything, huh? Okay, yeah, of course. Syria doesn't have anything. I was pretty much figuring that out. So let me do this for you right tomorrow, okay? I'll be spending some time tomorrow, and we'll be seeing that how you can do that in UAE. But registration process will be to explain to you that how exactly you can enroll or what is the registration process. I might be kind of creating a video which helps you to understand the process of enrolling. But I'm still have to check. Just to be frank, I see a Google search return that UAE has a board and ISTQB recognizing it. So you can always take it from UAE. But I'm not sure, again, with the criteria right now, that does UAE really needs kind of, a local address for you to take an offline or online exam, either way, right? But yeah, when a country, that's also a rule. When a country doesn't have a local testing board, they can always approach the nearest country to take the examination because their country doesn't have a board, right? So that's the criteria which you might be fulfilling here. And you can always put your Syrian address to take up the examination. But let me check if UAE is catering on that. And based on that, I'll revert you back, right? So I want you to also drop a comment on this video right below so that I can reply you back, right? It's difficult to tag people on YouTube. When I'm done creating the video and publishing it on my channel tomorrow, I will respond back to your comment. So just on any video, right? Just comment, drop a comment anywhere. I can see that in my dashboard that you commented, and I'll reply back to your comment with a video or whatever the response is, right? So thank you for reminding me that once again. I'll certainly do that right tomorrow. Okay, not even Monday. Tomorrow, I'll make sure I respond back to you. Thank you so much, Anise, for reaching me out and letting me know about your problem. I will be really more than happy to help you here, and it should be there tomorrow. Thank you so much, Anish. And we pretty much look forward. Sometimes just because of the commitments and a lot of traveling, I was just like, kind of last week I was in Malaysia. I was doing a live session from there, and today I'm back in India. So things have really hectic schedules, and sometimes it just slips out of mind. And that's the reason I asked you to comment right now. Commenting on any of the videos will show me that Anish comment is pending to be responded on my dashboard, right? Otherwise, it's very difficult to get back to someone whom I'm supposed to respond and cannot tag you, right? I cannot use at the rate in YouTube. So I have to go respectively to your comment and respond back to you. So just drop me a comment on any of the video. It will just pop up on the top. Don't forget to drop a thumbs up, team. All of you, if you think you're happy with the service which you're providing and you want let people know about this live session. You can like this video, you can share this video. Subscribing is still optional. I'm not asking you to subscribe on this channel. It's your wish, it's completely optional. We never have a criteria for you to subscribe to the channel to get your answers. We just want to help people, and asking you to like and share the video is to just let you know that there are hundreds of people who are looking for this type of session where they can get answers to their question, but they don't know where it is happening, right? So we want you to spread the word, let your colleagues, let your friends know, and at least let YouTube promote it further by your likes. When you drop a like, you let YouTube know that, hey, this is something which is very recommended, and they promote this video on the trending or maybe on the top when people search for such keywords like ISTQB questions or answers or sort of thing, right? So they recommend this video to them. So please do the needful, and thank you so much for doing it. Anish says, what is your favorite testing book other than ISTQB? I don't have any kind of, interest in reading the books, to be frank, be it technical. I'm more of like person who is interested in writing something, right? I'm a person who is an instructor who believe in sharing the knowledge, and we gain knowledge from interacting with people, right? Interacting with the organizations, working in different projects, working with different team, different people, and we gain knowledge from there now. So I, to be frank, do not have an answer to that. I don't have any favorite book other than ISTQB or anything specific in person. But yeah, I think we people, if you ask an instructor, you ask a speaker that which is your favorite book, they would hardly suggest something, or sometimes they'll just have some preparatory answer so that they don't go blank like me. But point is, they don't get motivated by books. They go motivated by reality. They talk to people to gain knowledge. They gather in lessons learned from interacting with every single session, and that's what they promote further. So we are like book writing people, not reading people. And that's where I have one of my book published, ISTQB Foundation. I'll be looking forward to write a book on manual testing too, helping people to learn more about testing there. Anyways, thank you so much for asking that question, Anish. I was really happy to see that someone is interested to know what other books can be read. But yes, you have a great book available, right? Right today, I think we had a discussion with Dorothy Graham, who is a person who has created the ISTQB syllabus. So she has also written a book on ISTQ, from fundamentals of testing. I think that would be something really good for you. I'm sure pretty much because I've been referring to one of the book of Dorothy Graham, and she has very good knowledge of writing the content, right? So I would suggest to you if you can search for any books on testing written by this person, which I've dropped on the chat, and you can take that book for sure. Because in my discussion today with her, she did mention that she has another book on software testing, which would be really good for you as a reference. And yeah, I just dropped some link on the top. We had a discussion with Dorothy Graham, so you can look into that discussion too, which would be really good for people to explore more about what is ISTQB, what is ISTQB syllabus, what is their expectation, what it makes you a better QA, like many other things, right? So just go through these videos too. Yes, team. I think I'm pretty much caught up with all the questions here. Looking for more questions. So you got a question, please help me with dropping that on the chat. And we'll be looking forward to understand what exactly we can answer you with your query or concern. We are almost half the way through this live session today, but we are looking forward to more and more questions. We have 30 minutes to go from live session, and we would like to answer as many questions as possible. So do not hesitate. Your question is important to me, and I give respect to everybody's response, whatever their questions can be, because we are here to help you understand more about testing, help your job, make your job more convenient in order to come to a conclusion that what exactly the testing could be all about. Be it about the concepts of testing, be it about certifications, be it about automation testing tools. If you've got a question, just let me know by dropping a quick comment, and I would be more than happy to respond to you with your question. So go ahead, team, drop me a query. If you have got one, do not hesitate. I'm here to respond to them. And don't forget to watch the video which we had with the Dorothy Graham. She is the person who created the official syllabus of ISTQB Foundation, and we could get some time of her to talk to her. And she has really great things to share during the discussion. And the link is on the chat right now. You can just click on that and look forward to that video. All right, Anis has another comment to say. I gained a point in my career where I didn't know what is better for me. Continue with QA career path or move on to Scrum Master or Product Owner things, noting that currently I'm a QA lead. So, okay, I don't see any question mark there. So I'll take it as a question because you're suggesting me that you are currently a QA lead. I don't want you to get into Scrum Master, noting that you are a QA lead. If you were asking me this question for the suggestion on the career, Scrum Master is not a technical person, especially the role. If you go to organizations, sometimes you find Scrum Masters who are technically strong. Most of the time, you find Scrum Masters who are not technically strong. It's not necessary, it's not mandatory that a Scrum Master should be aware of the technology which the team is working on. Because Scrum Master is just a facilitator in the Scrum as per the role. Yeah? So, number one thing, I won't suggest you to switch your job from being technical to non technical. Not at all a recommendation. Second, when you say PO, product owner, that's a very strong recommendation. If you think you don't have anything else to learn in QA, trust me, I'm still working in QA, right? Given that I'm able to answer different questions, I'm able to communicate my knowledge with other people, given that I can train people on different concepts of testing, I can always move into being a project manager, being a PO, or being maybe anything else, like maybe a delivery manager and sort of thing. But the point is, yes, that might be my future goal. But the point is, I'm so interested about testing that I would prefer to become a test manager or a test director or maybe a test consultant rather than becoming a PO. Of course, it's a good path for any QA to migrate into PO. And if you have a chance, I would suggest you to go ahead there. But yeah, it's your personal interest that would you like to keep the knowledge on one side that, okay, being a PO, I know what testing people generally do, and I can ask team to test it accordingly. I can share my mindset. See, having given that you're talking about a PO must be technically strong. PO must know what does an architect do, what does a developer do, and what does a tester do, right? If a PO knows everything, then they can be very keen on suggesting the team what to do in order to achieve the acceptance criteria, right? Or how exactly testing should be performed. So going into PO is not at all a problem. And PO should have the technical skills. Yes, yes. I saw your second question coming up there, right? So PO should have technical knowledge. That means the platform, the product which is being built. If you're working in domain-specific industry like automotive, mobile applications, gaming industry, then the domain knowledge is equally important for you, being a PO, because you are the first point of contact for the client. If client has anything to talk to you that, hey, can this be done? Hey, can we improve this? Can we have a workaround for this? Then PO is the one who should take care of that. And ask the team. Sometimes, see, not everything you should know as an answer. You can always ask the team, but you should be able to communicate, right? When the client tells you, do you understand what the client is looking for? Can you explain the team that what the customer requested? So that intermediate part is what PO does. They collect information from the business in their language, okay, and then communicate it technically to the Scrum team. But that technical transformation from the customer language to the team language is going to require the domain understanding and the technical understanding of the product which you're building. So, yes, PO would be a good option. But if you want to pursue your career in testing, there's no harm in that too. You can become a test manager next. You can look forward to be a test director, and you can be a lot. But yeah, if you're having an opportunity to become a PO, no harm. Please go ahead. You are doing pretty good there if you can get a PO. We have transformed people into, from QA to PO. So it's always a good opportunity. Grab it if you have one. Yes, team, we're looking for more questions. Go ahead and drop it. We are kind of another 25 minutes away from this live session. So please drop your questions. If you got one, do not hesitate. And if you're happy, do not forget to drop a thumbs up on the video. We want YouTube to let people know that here is a session where we can answer your questions. Go ahead. I'm waiting for your query. I'm waiting for your questions. And this whole session is all about responding to your queries, listening to you, responding to your queries, and nothing else. We don't have an agenda. We are not streaming live a game or something. We are not playing games here, right? So we are completely different. This live session, this 1 hour, is dedicated to all our audience who have anything to ask us. And we are more than happy to respond to them through this live session directly here. You ask me a question, you get a response, then and there itself. So go ahead. We are looking forward. Okay, this is one coming in from Captain Chubby Duck. Oh, that's a really fancy name. Hey, Captain. What's up? How can I help you? All right, let's listen to the captain right now. Captain says, I have a hard time understanding coverage versus calculating the number of test cases needed. Do you know the difference? There's many questions that are like, how many test cases do you need? Yeah, that's an interesting question. I think one of its kind, which I'm getting it for the first time. And number one thing is, of course, coverage and the number of test cases are different, right? And it's just a kind of coverage measurement is simple, right? When you have a number of test cases written already, could be X number of test cases, and you check that how the functionality of a given requirement is being targeted by your test cases. It's not about kind of, traceability. If you say traceability, I can tell you that, hey, these 5 test cases are covering this requirement. So I've achieved requirement coverage. But when it comes to requirement, this requirement will be implemented in different programs, right? Now listen to the response, okay? This is the response for your question. When I have a requirement to implement, right, the implementation will have set of programs written for it. The most important thing here is what number of programs are written. Each program, what kind of control flow, what kind of conditions, what kind of controls they have or data flow they have. Depending on that, you will have a coverage measurement done, right? Coverage measurement done. For example, taking the example of statement coverage and decision coverage, they are actually the real coverage measurements, which also gives you the number of test cases required. I'm not sure how far you have been into the white box testing, but If I'm talking about a simple program, a very simple fragment of code, which says if A is greater than B, then do this, else do that. If just this simple question or this simple program has to be tested, I pretty much know that I need two test cases to have 100% coverage, right? Because if always has two outcomes, true and false. And I have to test true as well as false, which is one is valid, one is invalid, but I have to test both of them. Now, two test cases would be enough to test this 100% coverage. So you got the number of test cases, you also got the measure of coverage. If you create just one, then you have the coverage, but 50%, right? Now, the same program, if slightly modified with nested ifs, if this is true, then get into next if, check if this is also true, then do this, do that, and then get into another if. So we can have concatenation of ifs. Now, same way, the number of test cases can be defined there too. So you can get the amount of test cases based on the programming level. And when you talk about writing test cases, how many test cases do you need is defined by the techniques. Same way, if I'm talking about doing black box testing, not just white box, okay? If I'm talking about black box, we have equivalence partition. We have boundary value analysis to tell you the number of test cases which are needed to test a particular scenario or particular functionality, right? We have decision table testing. We have pairwise testing. We have state transition testing. All these techniques give you the desired number of test cases which are required to test a particular scenario. Now, if you're not using techniques, be it white box or black box, for example, exploratory testing, or you're just coming up with your own set of test cases, that is where your question stands good. That I don't know how many test cases should we create to have a proper standard coverage. Okay? So if you want to know exactly the number of test cases, you should be having techniques in place. And it's not, techniques are not always to minimize. Sometimes they give you all permutation and combination, which certainly makes sense, right? That should help you to get what you need, right? So, yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for that. And yes, if you have anything else, just let me know. Anna says, hello, where to pass ISTQB exam? Is it online? And what is the price? Anna, first of all, you can pass the ISTQB exam learning through this channel. We have great content available for you where you can learn the best understanding of what is ISTQB Foundation all about. You can prepare for the certification. Second, where can you take the examination? You can take online. Currently, all the countries are offering online examination, but you need to cross-check with your country member board of ISTQB. If you can drop me quickly, I can help you to know about that. If not, just approach ISTQB website, istqb.org, go to the country member board and find your country name there, if they have a board there or not. The price completely depends on your country. Every country have different pricing for the certification, and it is not same. So I cannot make a commitment here that, hey, this is what the price will be. Every country has a different pricing for different, the certifications, different pricing, okay? Okay, you just said Latvia. So testing word, let me check. Yeah, you have LSTQB. I'm just dropping the link for your reference. And let me check you have online or not, as I'm already here. It is going to cost you, the ISTQB Foundation level, 210 euros plus VAT. I'll just drop the link, which is give you right there on the page. You will find everything what you need. The exam, the cost, everything. So yeah, look forward to that link. Captain says, thank you. Sai says, hi, can you please tell what is the actual price of the ISTQB test? Please provide the link to apply. Okay. Is it in India, Sai? Because again, country-specific board, right? Are you taking that in India? And the price for that? Just let me know once again. ISTQB is country-specific theme in terms of taking the examination, in terms of appearing. right? So, and the cost. So we just want to make sure that which country are you looking forward to. And if you're taking that SAI from India, this is the link for that. Sorry, I forgot to mention the previous link was for Latvia, for Anna. Anna says, thank you so much. I'll definitely prepare for it using your channel. It's my pleasure and all the very best. So, Sai, I've dropped the link for India. This is the link to enroll for the Proctor-based online examination. But you would also find on the ISTQB.in the offline examination link. So you just have to switch between two to check which one you want to go for. If not, you can tell me on the session right now. I can give you the link for. So this is for the Proctor, or I would say in simple word, online exam. The link which I've given is for the online exam. If you want it for offline, let me know. Okay, Captain Doc says, I'm asking especially for the ISTQB exam, is there any general approach to calculate the number of test cases for the different techniques? Yeah, of course. I think you're not yet through our content. I would suggest you to go with the chapter 4, and you would pretty much understand that what are those techniques I'm talking about, right? So please look into that. The reasons for my question is I don't see this explained. No, I think that's what. The chapter 4 has explained clearly that how you can calculate the number of test cases using the techniques. So I'm not sure if you have been through the chapter 4 yet. Okay. So it is explained, and I have discussed about it. So you can look for it. Chapter 4 in the syllabus or your channel? Oh, my channel. The syllabus does not talk about the technique, like how to apply it. My channel. Go to ISTQB Foundation playlist, go to chapter 4, because syllabus is limited to theoretical content. They don't tell you the tabulation, that how exactly the calculation happens. So I want you to get into that, okay? Because they don't have the provision to do it. Theoretically, right? They cannot explain. Dulitha, right? Lanskara says in Sri Lanka, exam date is 26th this month. Is the same day in other countries also? No. As I was just telling you, Dulitha, that the examination schedule, the type of examination, and the cost of examination vary country to country. So it's not necessary that 26th is a exam date in Sri Lanka, then every other country also 26th it will be happening. It completely depends on your country specific board when to organize and conduct the examinations, right? So it's not. Okay, so it's not. It's just specific to Sri Lanka right now. Right, Dulita, you got anything else? Just let me know. I would be more than happy to respond to you. Sai says, yes, sir. I think, yeah. So you got the India link. So you're good. And Captain Duck says, great. I did not find anywhere. Thanks a lot. You're welcome always. We have solutions. It's just that people don't find it. We are yet to be explored. The channel is yet to be explored. And that's where we suggest you all to share it across with the people that, hey, there's a quality content available on internet, which hardly people know about. So hardly people in the sense like currently there are 100,000 people watching my video of certifications, not this live session, of course. The statistic says that at least 100,000 people are watching my video at any point of time. But the point is, it's just that it's a certification. People are not so keen on subscribing to the channel. So you may see only 19.6 subscriber on my channel right now. But trust me, on the back end, there's a huge response, which you can see on the videos count. The number of views they have is more than 20,000. So that certainly makes sense. So there's a quality content available. Google is recommending me the best instructor in the world right now because of the responses what we are getting, right? Because generally if you have too many dislikes on your video on YouTube, it is not going to come up on Google for sure. But people are liking it a lot and they are always dropping positive comments, which pretty much makes sense. So we want you to promote it. We want you to let your colleagues, your friends know about it, because this channel is the only channel which is also conducting a live session every week to listen to you and respond to your queries. Captain Doc again says, I'm sorry, I have another question. You don't have to be sorry for a question. I haven't grasped yet the content of zero and one switches in state transition diagrams. I've read the syllabus in another book, but get lost on the questions. I want you to refer to my test analyst. Okay? Just go to YouTube and search for state transition testing followed by TM square. Okay? You should get my video from the advanced level because in foundation we do not talk about zero and one switch. It is covered in the advanced level. So I already have a tutorial for advanced level test analyst, and there I've discussed about zero switch and one switch. So you would get the answer there too. If not, just go manually, go to my channel, go to test analyst playlist, scroll through, come to the state transition technique, and you will understand or get the answer for this question as well. Macotech says, keep up the good work. Thank you, Macotech. It's really a pleasure to hear such wonderful compliments from our audience. Sai says, I want to take this exam offline, so please provide the link if possible. Give me just a moment and you'll have it with you. Offline, this one. Okay, so here's the link for offline examination in ITB. ITB is Indian Testing Board. Okay, you need to first register and then enroll. Dulita says, thank you, sir. You're giving great support for this exam. It's always my pleasure to help you all. It's just that kind of additional activity which I always do for the QA community because we want to see a good and better QA world tomorrow. Captain Duck says, does that mean that zero and one switch questions will not appear on their foundation? No, not at all. If you are referring to any source, that's what I was wondering. Why are you worried about zero switch and one switch when you are at foundation level? There are a hell lot of, portals, blog spots, which talk rubbish. Sorry to say that, but yes, that's what it is. I have every day at least 50 comments where people ask me questions which are not in the syllabus. Why? Because they're referring to some external website which ISTQB or I do not recognize, right? ISTQB has never told that we'll be talking about zero and one switch in foundation level. So it's not in the syllabus at all. So please don't refer to anything which is not in the syllabus. So be happy about it. Yeah, I think so. You are good. You got a clarity and some reduction on your pressure of the preparation. Good to see that. Yeah, I think I'm pretty much caught up with all the questions. We have 8 more minutes to go from our live session team, and we want to make most out of this opportunity when we are connecting together. You got a question? Do not hesitate. Just let me know. I'm really happy to respond to your question and give you the best assistance possible at any point of time. Great. It's just another book I have that's more advanced, so wasn't sure. Yeah, it is always possible because the authors sometimes give you extra knowledge. The reason is they want to promote their book. For example, if you ask me to write something, I will certainly write slightly beyond the syllabus because this is what I do in my training too. I give them some extra knowledge. Why? Because if I'm buying a book, I'm paying money for it. And if I'm not getting something extra than what you desire, I think that book may be just lost in the crowd. So authors sometimes write something more to give you some extra things so that you like their book. But sometimes when it comes to certifications, I think we should be very to the point. And this is where my book is. My book, completely away from all other authors, has only the information what you need for the certification, no extra information. The point is, I don't want you to confuse. I don't want you to confuse and understand that, hey, is this all required to write the examination? Answer is no. My book is the thinnest one in the market today to prepare for ISTQB certification, but yet has all that information what you need to prepare. So, yep, you can look forward to take that as an alternative, and in case you want to prepare, and not only to Captain Duck, is for everyone. Anyone else who is interested to look forward to some quick things, crisp thing to prepare well, you can find my book on Amazon. You can search by my name or search by ISTQB Foundation, and you will find my book there. Okay, Captain Doug also says amazing timing. I just got home and saw you were live. Good. That's really good. Sometimes you get a lot of great responses by fluke or by luck. So you are lucky enough that you could get hold of this live session today and got a lot of critical responses, right? And I'm pretty much monitoring your questions here. You are the teacher I needed at the university. Oh, that's not something new which I'm hearing. I've been told this by many of our audience that we wish we had you as one of our professors, lecturers who used to teach us in this particular fashion. But trust me, when you are an academic teacher, you have a pattern, right? They go by the book, they go by something well defined, but we are not academic teachers. We are not school teachers, we are not college professors. That's the reason we are different. Now, when they come out of the industry, like come out of the academics and look into the corporate world, they find people like me sometime and they say that, yeah, this is what we were expecting in the university to understand the concept, not just read the book and prepare for the exam. But the point is, the professors won't do that. Okay, the professors have commitment. They are supposed to, they have by hearted the content, doing it repeatedly again and again. But our content is dynamic. We don't have a syllabus. When somebody comes up with all these variety of questions, we don't go and turn the page and say which chapter, which section. That's university. But here, it's here. We just come up with the experience what we had. What is organization doing? What is the industry expecting? So that's how dynamic we are. So, being a kind of consultant, we are very broad open and we have a number of examples to help you understand. But yes, of course, we wish if university system would change and have people like me there or many other like me who can be, kind of teaching pattern in the university level. I think we can make better engineers right from there itself. I sometimes wish I too had some such kind of instructors or professors in my time. So I think I would have been more genius than what I am now. Thank you, Doc, for your pretty much compliments. It certainly keeps me fueled up to keep up my good work. We need those inspiration from all our viewers when they share some good feedback, when they share some good compliments. It generally tells me that, hey, keep up the good work what you're doing and continue doing that, don't stop anywhere, right? So thank you so much for your compliments whenever you say that. And any one of you who thinks you I'm doing a pretty good job, I'm really thankful to you. If you okay, Dulita says, if you possible, can we have a live session on 25th June? Because we have exam 26th, so that we can clarify any questions, if only you possible. Okay. All right. Let me just quickly check if I'm available on 25th. Sorry, what is the date on 25th, by the way? A day. If it is Saturday, you don't have to request me. Oh, yeah. You don't have to request me for 25th. I come here every Saturday between 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Indian Standard Time. Please mark my words here. Every Saturday. Even the thumbnail says that. Every Saturday, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. So you don't have to request me for that, Dulita. I'll be here on Saturday again. So you can ask me anything, whatever you need. Okay? I'll be there. Ibrahim says, hey there, passed the ISTQB because of your videos. Thank you so much. I think this was the showstopper of our live session. And I think I'm pretty happy to hear that, Ibrahim. And thank you so much for helping us to know about your result, because we pretty much expect people to come back and let us know about their result too, because that gives a kind of straightforward recommendation that the content here is going to help me. For example, I have Captain Duck on one side and I have Ibrahim on one side, where Captain Duck says, I'm not sure if I know what exactly the content you are having on your channel. And Ibrahim comes up there and says, I just passed the examination by going through your videos, which creates a clear impact on Captain Duck that, you know what, he just referred the same thing. So he's recommending you that the content is the best, which you can go through to prepare well and get certified. It's just not me who is promoting my own content. I never do that. You never find me promoting my own content. I always respond to the questions. It's just that people like Ibrahim step in and say, I would like to spend a little more minute to share with you that, yes, it was good. and I succeeded. Congratulations, Ibrahim. First of all, it's really good that we see you successful here with the foundation level, the very first certification. I want you to look forward to more certifications. And thank you especially for sharing your feedback and letting us know about your result. A lot of people do not come back to tell us that, hey, we succeeded. But we think we need this for other people's so that they can be more confident that yes, if I'm investing my few of the precious hours preparing through these videos, I think it's gonna worth learning from here, right? So that recommendation comes from here. Thank you so much, Ibrahim, for letting us know. Congratulations once again, and I wish you all the very best for your future endeavors. Okay. And yeah, Ibrahim says, I learned it mostly from your videos, and a week before I started doing a bunch of mock tests. Not too high, 30 by 40 is the score, but I would recommend it to anyone who wants to pass. Score is okay, Ibrahim. It certainly does not kind of, make a difference as far as you are above 30 or 30 and above, because you pretty much have all the knowledge. We don't want you to have a distinction or sort of like 38, 39, 40 on 40 or something. It is okay. It's not too bad. It's just that you are doing what you were supposed to do. So thank you for sharing those detailed input. And yes, that approach helps many other people to prepare well for their upcoming certifications. Right. So Captain says thanks and see you. And exactly, we have hit the closing mark of our live session today. We hit the clock. And I would like to thank each and every one here who have participated in our live session today. Do not forget, we connect every Saturday between 7 to 8 p.m. Indian Standard Time. And we are here to answer your questions. Thank you so much for participating here. Most importantly, this live session is incomplete without you all. There are many people who come and ask their questions here. There are many people who just join in here to listen to the conversation and gain knowledge. And we would like to thank every single person who is a participant here on the live session, because you build the knowledge base for hundreds and thousands of others who will be watching this live session after the live session ends as a video. So many people watch it after the session gets over because of the time zone differences. So thank you so much for being a participant here. Thank you so much for asking your questions here. I hope I have fulfilled your questions and responded to them. Do not forget to drop a thumbs up if you have not done that yet. I'll be looking forward to you next week again. So, as usual, that's all from this particular live session team. Should you have anything else, feel free to comment below. I'm always there to address your queries and answer them well. Till then, keep learning, keep exploring, keep understanding the context. Thanks for being a part of this live session team, and happy learning. Take care. See you next week.